Hey YouTube, Ted Naiman here, coming at you with another video. And today I just wanted to say a couple things about processed food. Now, for a long time, I've been a really big fan of the paleo diet. I like to look at diet through an ancestral lens. I like to look at diet through an evolutionary lens. I like to look at the sort of foods that humans are adapted to eat. And for a long time, I sort of had a religious belief that processed food was bad and processed food was the problem, and obesity and diabetes was processed food disease. But after doing a lot of research, what I realized is humans are actually designed, we're actually adapted to eat processed and cooked food. Humans are technically cuisinivores, which means that we are adapted to eat food that has been processed and cooked, and we've been doing that for probably 100,000 years or so. The reality is that historically, processing food increased nutrient density. When you process an animal you've killed, when you cook the meat from that animal, you actually improve nutrient availability. You actually improve the bioavailability of the protein. You actually improve the nutrient absorption. Cooking and processing plant foods improves nutrient density historically. Cooking and processing anything that you'd get as a hunter-gatherer can improve the nutrient density, the protein availability, the availability of minerals. And so a lot of historical, evolutionary, ancestral processing and cooking techniques actually made food better. It killed toxins, it killed parasites, it improved the amount of nutrients you got from the food, and honestly, processed food historically was a great thing. But modern processed food is crap, okay? Ever since the Industrial Revolution, processing food meant just stripping out all the energy, stripping out all the carbs, you've got sugar and flour, stripping out all the fat, you've got oil. All these foods suck. So you have to look at processed food and decide if it's improved the nutrient density or worsened the nutrient density. And by nutrients, I'm really talking about protein and minerals. So with the PE diet approach, we look at different foods to evaluate how worthwhile they are, and we're looking at the protein to energy ratio. And any sort of processing or refinement that worsens the PE ratio is probably a bad thing, and anything that processes or refines the food and improves the PE ratio is probably a good thing. Okay, so that's just something to think about, right? If processing improves the nutrient density, it's probably good. If processing worsens the nutrient density, it's probably bad.